So what if I told you that your web browser has this secret, super powerful feature just sitting there waiting to be used? A feature that could make your web apps dramatically faster. It's a total game changer that most people don't even know exists. Today, we're going to uncover it.
You know, it all starts with a problem I think every single one of us has run into. You're trying to build something cool. You have this great idea, but the solution you come up with actually ends up making things, well, worse. You get that frozen screen, the spinning loader of doom. It's a super familiar and, let's be honest, really frustrating moment.
So here's the scenario. We've got a developer. Let's call him Timothy. Timothy decides to build a really helpful feature that lets users upload their diagnostic logs. It's a fantastic idea, right? It's meant to help his team debug issues faster. But there's just one tiny problem. The files are absolutely massive.
Yeah, we're talking 15 megabytes of raw, plain text. Now, on a fast connection, maybe that's okay. But on a slow one, that's not just an inconvenience, it's an application killer. The upload just crawls, the UI locks up and becomes totally unresponsive, and the user just gets more and more frustrated. The very feature that was designed to help is now the source of the problem.
Okay, so what's your first instinct here? If the file is too big, well, compress it. And Timothy does what pretty much all of us would do. He reaches for a third-party JavaScript library to handle all the zipping right there on the client side. It seems like the obvious, logical fix. But this, my friends, is where the trap is set.
The first hidden cost? It's the bundle size. This shiny new compression library adds a whole 45 kilobytes to the application's initial download. So think about it. Before the user has even clicked a single button or tried to upload anything, their initial page load is already slower. We're trying to solve one performance problem by literally creating another one.
And the trade-offs here are just brutal. First, you add 45 KB to your bundle for everyone. Then the compression itself has to run in JavaScript, which, as we know, is single-threaded. It can only do one thing at a time. And the result? The entire user interface just freezes solid. The user can't click, they can't scroll, nothing. It's a complete lose-lose situation.
But what if there was a better way? A much, much better way? What if the solution wasn't to add more code, but to leverage what's already built in? This is the moment a senior engineer, we'll call her Margaret, steps in and completely changes how Timothy is thinking about the problem.
And here it is, the core insight. Just think about it for a second. Every single modern website you visit sends compressed files, usually with gzip, over to your browser, and your browser decompresses them almost instantly. This means your browser already has a built-in, incredibly fast, highly optimized compression and decompression engine. It's how the modern web is so fast.
And this is the brilliant central question that changes everything. It's a total aha moment, right? Why are we forcing our users to download 45 kilobytes of code just to teach the browser a skill it has already mastered? The simple, beautiful answer is, we don't have to.
So allow me to introduce the heroes of our story, the native compression and decompression stream APIs. These are tools built right into the browser that give us, the developers, direct access to that powerful internal compression engine. You can compress data with gzip or even the super efficient Brotli algorithm right from your JavaScript code. No library needed.
So how does this elegant solution actually work? Well, instead of trying to load a massive file into memory and freezing the entire UI, we can process it in little chunks using something called streams.
The process is actually pretty simple. You take your raw data and you turn it into what's called a readable stream. You can think of it like a conveyor belt, carrying little chunks of your data. Then you create one of these native compression streams. The magic happens with this method called .pipethrough, which basically connects the two. The browser takes care of everything, feeding the compressed chunks directly into your upload request as they're ready.
And the benefits here are just huge. This whole operation runs asynchronously, in the background, so it never ever blocks the main thread. No more UI freezes. It's using the browser's own highly optimized native code, not some slower JavaScript implementation. And maybe best of all, it adds 0 kilobytes to your app's bundle size. It's already there.
So what did this switch from a third-party library to the native API actually accomplish? Well, the results, they really do speak for themselves. This is the true power of trusting the platform you're building on. I mean, just look at this. On a simulated slow 3G network, the difference is night and day. The native solution is just ridiculously faster. And maybe even more importantly, the whole time that upload is happening, the UI remains perfectly responsive and smooth. It's a massive, undeniable win. Now,
You might be wondering, okay, great, but what about the server? Do I need to do some massive rewrite on my backend? And the answer is nope. In most modern frameworks like Express or Fastify, it's often just a single line of code. You just add a piece of middleware that basically tells the server, hey, just so you know, I might be sending you some compressed data, so be ready to decompress it. It's that easy.
And that's really our big takeaway today. By looking past the obvious third-party library and instead exploring the powerful tools that are already provided by the web platform itself, our developer, Timothy, not only solved his performance problem, but he actually made his application lighter and faster in the process. So the question I want to leave you with is this. What other powerful secrets is your browser hiding, just waiting for you to discover?